my friends. Hi, we're a bit late for our new moon in Cancer reading, but here it is. This is, of course, Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you, beautiful people. Hi, my friends. How are you? I'm so excited to bring you this. If you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, comment. Also, if you're not new, you may comment if you so wish, and like the video, of course. If you want to be informed whenever I publish new content, you need to subscribe and you need to hit the bell button with the symbol all. Please check if you're still subscribed, because sometimes YouTube is throwing out people, and yeah, it's not me, just so you know. Okay, the way this works is I received a channeling for you, which was quite something. So I wrote a whole page of awesome information that came through for you that I'm going to share with you in a second. It was really good stuff. I also pre-shuffled all of your cards. We have a new deck, actually, the Mermaid Oracle, and we have the card of Endurance. Keep going, but we'll get to that. And then we have Sharp and Shadows with the Obsidian. So we're posing the question, of course, with the intention of personal and spiritual growth, but also of healing, to bring you clarity, to bring you, whatever you need to know in this moment. And also, of course, what are the energies of this new moon in Cancer? How do we best work with these energies? And what is yet to come? So, yeah. Here we go. I'll read to you what I got for you. We have rest, recharge, mentally, physically, spiritually. Now, then I received like a clear channeling that was stronger. So there are two types of channeling that I would receive. Sometimes I sit down and they immediately know now the channel is open. And then they come through, sometimes a bit stronger than other times. So this was a channeling within the channeling. So it goes a bit deeper. You will have cleared out a lot by now, and thank you for doing this work and helping the collective in such a big way. You will have also uncovered yourself a whole lot and found your self-worth to a great extent. With that, you found out how powerful you actually are as an empath, how much of a gift your sensitivity, although that word didn't really feel right, or rather your ability to feel so deeply and strongly into the energetics of this world. You are serving well. Thank you. Now take some time to rest. Some of you have had one last encounter with the past, meaning past energies. Now, that could be a person or an event that made you brush against those old energies to show you exactly where you are now. So this served as a trigger, encountering a person, an event or something at your job that made you realize how much you have grown and how right your decision perhaps to leave this person or job or situation behind actually was. It was time to show face, your face, their face. How interesting, right? When you become able to not um, involve yourself energetically and emotionally anymore, but instead when you become the observer. Now, this is an interesting shift. When this happens, this truly brings the power back to yourself, because no longer will a person or event or job or whatever it is for you be able to trigger you in such a way. It'll just show you where you stand and where they stand. So it's like the other person really shows face and you believe them, when before you may have not believed them. You may have given them the benefit of a doubt, or the situation, maybe it's really not like that, but now you're fully trusting your intuition. And Cancer is a lot of water, a lot of feelings. You're trusting your bodily intuition here. This is amazing, and you've become the observer. So it has become your choice. The power is with you. Congratulations. And you've come a long way. Rest and integrate. And then they said, we love you so much, so much. Yeah, there's so much love. Some of you have, and this is rather specific, I believe, have lost something, maybe also someone. And don't worry, you will find it or them again, okay? In the realms of course, when you lost a person, it wasn't so much in the realms of they have crossed over. It was in the realms of you feel like there was a breakup or you lost a friend. Don't worry, they're still there. It's just a different type of a relationship. And if it's a thing, which is the first thing that I was getting, you'll find it. Don't worry. But you knew this. It's like sometimes when you lose things, you just know that you'll find them. Other times you know you won't. This time you will find it, okay? So, from the chanting that I did for you, I've gotten you've traveled far and wide. And um, this also applies to lifetimes. So, you've also had many lifetimes where you've traveled far and wide, which brought you to this lifetime here, okay? Something or someone wasn't really, oh my God, wasn't really denied. I'm sorry. Something or someone wasn't really denied. In case you've been waiting on something to come in or in someone to come in, and spirit has told you. For example, you're a reader, or you're just using tools of divination, or you've received the channeling that you receive like blessings, this relationship, financial, financial riches or whatever it was for you, a house, a car, whatever, and spirit told you you'll get it, and you've seen it numerous times to the point where you cannot believe it anymore. This wasn't really denied, it was information to work towards to. It's much like with any other information that spirit is bringing to you through videos, through books, through people, that the information is coming in. For example, they gave you the word starseed, or that you were connected to Egypt. And at first, you may not have believed them. You may not have been ready to receive this information. Much like with that relationship, with that car, with that money, with that whatever it is for you, it made you ready, right? It made you ready. It made you believe, then not believe, only then to come back even stronger with your faith and with your belief in that thing and with a whole different understanding of the thing. And now you are really getting ready, or you are ready, or some of you have received some of that already. But be prepared, get ready for more of that to come in. And what was interesting about the layout, and you'll see it as I post the photos of your reading, and sorry, I need to burp. There's also energies that are transmuting already. Excuse me. And the layout was interesting, as you'll see in the community tab of this channel, as I'll post your pictures, because the way it's laid out is there are two cards, the endurance and the sharp and shadows, which are kind of not fitting the channeling that I received, because the channeling I received made me think that we are further along, and those cards made me feel the opposite. And we'll see how these two come together. But immediately what also happened was there are way more cards than just these two on the table, so that also lets me know there are more cards than you thought were dealt to you. You know how we think sometimes we have been dealt a certain hand of cards for our life, and sometimes we do not necessarily like those cards, right? And this is what this symbolizes to me, what lays here. But what I feel with this over here is just like, you've outgrown this, or you're about to step out of this huge cycle. And also the person, job, or situation, or whatever it is for you that that you've encountered is also letting you know this, like, you are ready, like, you've grown so much, like, you're trusting your intuition, you have your self-worth in place, you love yourself to a great extent. Or for some of you, it's a whole lot more than when you started out, right, with this life. What now? We're done here. Yep, with this one we're done. So we'll put this beauty away. Okay, now, no, actually we're gonna start with the sharp and shadows, is what they're saying. I love this card so much. Look at this. Isn't this so beautiful? It's like that's the obsidian. If you have ever worked with obsidian or have seen it, there are different types of obsidian. There's the black one, there's the rainbow one, there's a gold one, a silver one, as far as I'm informed. And ancient cultures used to work with the obsidians actually in rituals. They had like ritual knives. And be careful if you have one that's raw, because they're really, really sharp. And yeah, some surgeons apparently still use the obsidian if the surgical metal won't do, if the surgical scalpel won't do. So they can be used in a spiritual way to cut cords, which you see in this picture, in this image. And I know that you have cut cords with someone or something, and this can be both ways, either in the material world here or energetically. It can be done both ways, or it may have happened simultaneously. But I feel where you are right now, it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to go up to the person and say mean stuff to them, right? You can just be energetically really draw a clear boundary and do so. Now that doesn't mean that no emotions won't come out. There may still be a little bit of anger, but you're no longer triggered in such a way by this person, by this event, because you understand the full picture. And to some of you, you may still immediately be able to love that person like just as much, but there's a difference between, you know, really, and I mean really, without any holding back, loving that person truly, because you know why they're here, you know what they're doing for you. It's much in the dark angel realm, right? You know what this person, this job, this event that happened into life, what that brings to you. So interesting. um, but you're still able to step back and be the observer in this situation and pull yourself out of the situation, or not even pull yourself out, because I feel you haven't even stepped in because you immediately drew the line with something or someone. So sharp and shadows, obsidian. Let's be clear, obsidian is not a gentle friend. Precise, yes. Masterful, always. Quicker than a cheetah taking down a gazelle? Absolutely. But gentle? That's not obsidian's domain. An uncompromising mirror and a surgically sharp blade. Obsidian helps you see your shadows and excise them. No long drawn out therapy sessions or weeks of vacillating. When it's time to let go, obsidian tells you there's no mercy in taking it slow. And that, in and of itself, is sometimes a relief. Oh, yeah, it is for sure. When you need the kind of honesty that lets you see your shadows clearly, when you are truly ready to make a final and clean break, when you want the letting go to be fast, call on obsidian. Now, there's a cutting cord ritual that I will post over on Patreon if you're interested. It's available with a $2 tier already. That also allows you to support the channel if you've if you feel like you've received values from the readings here and would like to contribute. But it's not a must at all. Like, these readings here on YouTube are free. If you want that little bit of extra, you have your extended available for $11.11 a month. You have all the rituals and healings available for $2 a month. That lets you access it. All the information down below. It's not a must. It's an extra for you if you would like to work, or if this reading resonates with you. Okay. So, cord cutting ritual. And then there's also a reflection that I'm going to read to you right now. So it says, shock and sharpness. Obsidian was shocked into existence, formed as molten volcanic glass, cooled quickly, so quickly, in fact, that there wasn't time for the molecules to organize into a crystalline matrix. So it's not actually a crystal. Like obsidian, experiencing the trauma of extreme situations can cause us to freeze in an amorphous state. Our thoughts might remain unorganized, our reactions defensive, sharp and cutting. What events in your life have formed fissures in your personality? What happens when you revisit those moments with obsidian's medicine of unremitting honesty? Now, again, what I'm feeling like the majority of you watching here has surpassed this already. Like I said, you have become the observer, and this is just a checking in point for you meeting this person, this event, this job situation, whatever it is. And this is just a checking in point. If you still feel there's a little bit of clearing out that you want to be doing here, with regards to whatever situation may pop up for you, and the Cancer new moon is excellent for this again, because it brings you really into your feelings and allows you to, some of you may have like huge releases, like crying, and just let it out, right? It's totally fine. And it can remind you of something, that there's still a residue of something. To others, it's just like I said, a checking in point, and you can do like ritual cord cutting. If you know of a ritual, do this one. If you feel drawn to that, check that one out if you want to. And we'll see. Actually, interesting. The endurance card, the keep going card, they want me to read over on Patreon. And but what I will do is draw you a guardian angel card. I wasn't aware of this. To those of you that are new, Spirit will let me know when to do what. This is not like something that I decide, nor with the ritual. At first I thought with the obsidian ritual that I was going to read it to you, but then I got the inclination of not to read it here, but to rather post it privately on Patreon. Here we go. That's yours. Let's see. Gratitude. And that came through 2 times in your channeling as well. This is a thank you to you guys working so hard. And yeah, thank you so much. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. And what with this, I want to say, I can feel a deeper understanding of what it is to love unconditionally. For example, someone is doing you wrong in the earthly perspective, right? And you immediately still love them, like your heart stays open for them, but you draw that energetic boundary. You're saying, no, you cannot treat me like this, and you still love them. And this is incredible because this is helping the both of you, because they can no longer cross that boundary, and they're learning something in that process too, and you have learned something already in that process. So this is very, very helpful for the both of you, because if you allowed that boundary to be open, like you may have done before, most likely because of your conditioning, right? Then they can cross, and they're not learning anything from this. But by drawing that strong boundary, you're helping them and you. This is like love. This is how you do it. Or not how you do it, but this is what they suggest for children as well, or they, whatever. What? Okay, let me rephrase that. What I found very helpful for myself and for my child is like saying no is actually an act of love, because you're not allowing them to do something that may be harmful to you or them, right? And so you're both learning, and having that structured space is actually allowing like a different type of, growth as well. And this is exactly what I feel for you here. So thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. I love it. I love those energies. It's so clear, guys. It's so clear, like the obsidian. There's no, you're not wavering like from your boundaries. And if you're not quite there yet, don't worry, you'll get there. You're on the straight path there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. I love this so much. It's right there. And now we're taking it over to Patreon if you're interested. And if you're interested to know about the endurance card, keep going. Number 43, breaking down to a 7, which means you're exactly where you need to be, which is what I'm feeling too. It's amazing. And it's 1111 a month for the extended, and everything else included that we have over there. Food for thought if you're interested in joining. I'd be happy to have you over there. All the info down below. And I hope this was helpful and or insightful to you for this new moon in Cancer reading. And I'm sending you so much love, light, and shadow. I'll either see you over there or next time. Bye, my friends.